Hey, yeah, just wanted to mention before the podcast started that this was recorded back in April, so a lot of the information is either well known or just outdated. I also wanted to mention that this is a test for the podcast, so things will be changed up next time. Thank you for understanding, and I hope you enjoy the very first episode of our new podcast. Welcome to the first episode of the Prolific Podcast. My name is Ben, and I'm here with my co-host.
What's up, boys? It's Archie.
Yeah.
We are here to discuss the key points of the world right now, including, as Will and E put it, the lager lurgy, because monetization is key on this channel.
Which isn't enabled because we're irrelevant.
Yeah, we cannot. It's not. We cannot get monetized yet. We're not famous enough. Shout me out, you famous YouTubers. But yeah. So the lager lurgy, that was brilliant. What a guy. Will and E, what a legend. What a guy. But yeah, so the lager lurgy has spread over the UK. Everybody's inside. It's always good.
Are there any countries that aren't under quarantine right now?
I'm not entirely sure, to be fair.
Because I'm pretty sure like a majority of Europe is.
People, yeah, exactly.
If not all
Some
of it.
countries in Europe have started like relaxing their borders and.
That's
but like, I know, what's it? Because Italy got it first, didn't they?
Mm.
All countries in the world that have been put in isolation. I'm just Googling now. But like, because Italy got it first, and then they got hit the hardest, and they're saying that we've almost got to the stage that Italy had. But like, not going well. I can tell you that much.
To be fair, I'm surprised we aren't like at a similar level as them, because the UK, we closed our borders, or we just stopped doing things way too late. And I'm surprised we didn't get as bad as Italy, because they were quite late on like shutting schools and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, all these places like saying that India has imposed a 14-day quarantine. This was back. This was until the April 15th, so they started pretty late.
Mm.
France, Germany, Iran, Italy, South Korea, and Spain. 14-day quarantines applied to, and tourist visas are suspended until April 15th.
Yeah.
So that's the 15th of April, not April 2015. That would, God knows how that would happen. Go back in time. Lithuania will close borders except for residents on midnight the 16th. But that's stupid, right? For the Lithuanian government. They're letting people that are residents of the country back in after March the 16th. Like, they're just going to bring arguably more of the disease into their country. Not
or
disease,
risking other people getting the disease if that country is being hit hard.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you never know.
But I suppose it's really just having to protect the residents, isn't it? No, you can't.
Yeah. Really. New Zealand. This is what I was thinking like ages ago. New Zealand imposed mandatory set isolation period of 14 days for all arrivals from overseas, except from the South Pacific Islands. So that's like, I think Fiji and Samoa and all that. Yeah. This article was published on the 15th of March. So this is from quite a while ago. But like, I feel like we could have got ahead of this quite a way if we just put everybody inside for like 4 weeks, like done a lockdown for a month, like we're doing now. So then the disease would just burn itself out, if you know what I mean. It's a better way of doing it.
Kill everyone that's infected.
Yeah, but that's what the North Koreans did, didn't they? Just let them in and just shot them up.
Yeah.
Like, you've got disease, don't need that. Bye-bye. But
have you heard about all these people that are like blaming 5G?
Yes. Oh, that was funny. Oh my god.
It's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, honestly, God, it's disgraceful.
But apparently, like, because obviously we're too young to know, but like, apparently there was like the similar uproar when 4G and 3G came out, and like people like blaming all these current events on 4G and 3G and 4G.
Yeah, no. So. I remember we joined secondary school and I got a blazer for the first time, and not my mum, but one of my mates' mums was like, you can't put your phone in your blazer pocket because it's next to your heart and you'll get heart cancer. I don't know if that is a cancer, but you'll get some form of cancer because of the
Yeah.
radiation.
Oh my
And I'm
god.
like, what are you on about?
Radiation from 5G.
Yeah. Alright, so here's why those 5G and coronavirus conspiracies. Here's where they came from.
Mm.
In a
Oh,
viral
don't say
video.
that. Don't say the C word.
Ah,
Can't be
sorry,
saying
man.
the C word, bro.
Dude, that's oh shit. Oh well. And a woman approaches two telecom workers, asking them if they work for the NHS, and berating them when they say they don't. She asked one of the men if he has children or parents. When she's told that he has a mum, she responds, "Well, when they turn that switch on, bye bye, mama."
Oh, I saw that.
That's
Yeah.
all. That's always nice. The
Jeez.
switch she's talking about is 5G.
Yeah, yeah.
Jesus Christ, that's disgraceful.
Imagine
Like
being
the
one of
way
those
she did it
people.
as well.
Have you actually watched the
No,
video?
no.
Oh,
I was reading a summary of it.
it's enraging because it's this like middle-aged mum from London,
Jesus,
and she's
she's
like
white.
you can hear how like obese she is because she's like huffing and puffing as she's walking up to these poor blokes just doing their job. She's like,
God,
excuse, do you know what you're doing? Do you know what you're doing? Do you know that
yeah.
as soon as that turns on, you're making it worse. You're making it all worse. It's like,
Michael Gove responded to it because he had to, didn't he? Because big old Bojo's in hospital. He said that it was dangerous nonsense.
yeah,
But
true.
honestly,
Because the more
oh
the more
Christ!
like
In
misinformation
recent,
gets spread around, like the more people are
yeah,
gonna,
this was
like the panic's gonna go up. More
published on the
conspiracy.
9th of April. Right, it
Mm.
says that recent days there have been suspected arson attacks on mobile phone masts in Birmingham, Liverpool, and Merseyside. Come
Christ.
on,
But have you
like
heard about
it's just
like Extreme on
stupid.
the other end? They're but in the same like sphere. They're saying don't be burning down the 5G poles because that releases the Rona into the air.
Oh my God,
It's
that
like
that
what?
is smart.
So at
Jesus,
first it's not a disease,
honestly,
but then it is a disease because you can't burn it down to get into the air. It's like
yeah,
Christ, we're going
honestly.
backwards. Like first you had what's it flat earthers, and now we've
Yeah,
got now we've got people saying that 5G. Christ,
yeah,
that's a
Jesus,
caveman.
honestly. What's the? Do we know what the death toll's actually at now
Like
from
globally or just in the UK?
the Lager Lurgy? You know, just from the UK.
I think it's like 3,000 or something. It's pretty high. It climbed
Ah,
by like 300 last week.
yeah, honestly, it's like
So
death toll UK. It's like it's take over really quickly. I'll tell you that. Yeah, we're at 4,342. I think. I think that's what it's saying. We don't know. We've had 12,000 deaths apparently.
really?
93,000 confirmed cases. Yeah,
Oh
I'm looking at
god,
this. It's what Google have said, so it could be wrong. But yeah, worldwide, there's almost 2 million cases.
Jesus, that's
That's not
insane.
bad, though. Of the 2 million, right, 125,000 have died. So if you do that, like, as maths,
Mm.
right, I'm not good at math, but like, it's 125, how'd you do it? Yeah, 125,000.
Divided by 2 million.
Yeah, that's what I was going to do, but I've got spastic hat. 125,000 over 2 million. That's I don't think we're that bad.
Mm.
Like as a percentage, yeah. So it's apparently it's a 62%. No, 6% kill rate. I think
Really, that's way higher than I thought it was going to be. Because I thought like the maximum was going to be was like 2%.
6% kill rate. So that's mental.
But yeah,
But yeah, this is the news has brought out that apparently One Direction are gonna have a reunion, which
I'd
I
rather
think
Rona take me to
the
be honest.
whole
I'd rather just.
yeah the whole world wants that. The whole world wants to see this, obviously. It's under the must-see section of BBC News, so you know it must be.
Baby, you light up my world like nobody else. Gonna have people
Bro, you're
running
gonna
into the
get,
streets trying to
get
catch it to die.
yeah, gonna get copyright strikes.
And me.
Ari, Zayn and Niall have each scored number one solo albums in the US since the band parted ways. Yeah, stay there.
Yeah.
Of
Jesus.
course, he told James Corden, obviously the number one man in the world. Everybody loves him. Not that does too much. It's annoying.
I just don't like him. A lot of so, I don't know if that's just too harsh, but like a lot of English TV presenters or whatever, like comedians, they'll go to America, and then they'll never
Yeah.
talk about the UK ever again, and they'll just like get enveloped by that American culture.
Yeah, I know James has come back a few times for
Yeah.
only key things, but like still,
Mm.
apparently it's been 10 years since the boy band formed on the X Factor in July 2010.
They formed on the X
Brilliant.
Factor.
Yeah, because that's where they were on the. It was quite mad, to be fair. Like, this is the only good bit about them, is that they all what's it, stood up and did their bit separately because they didn't know each other at that time. And then Simon Cowell went, "Oi, you, and you. Oh, and another one. Apparently, there's 5. I always thought there was 4.
Is there 5?
Oh well. Yeah. Oh yeah, because one of them left, didn't he?
Oh,
Yeah.
no
So he
idea.
said, you, and you. All of you come together and sing, and they did. And he was like, "Nice, I like this." So yeah. Oh, here we go. Right, One Direction's solo careers in numbers. Harry Styles got 30.6 million monthly listeners on Spotify,
Still.
whereas One Direction had 17.7. Harry Styles has got the most of all of them.
That's
And
because
then
he's like
Zayn.
still consistently putting out music, isn't he?
Yeah, 30 million listeners. Then Zayn's in second with 23 million listeners. Niall with 20, and Liam with 11, and then Louis with 7. Which is a shame because I think Louis is the best, to be fair.
I don't listen to their music,
yeah.
to be fair.
No, neither do I. I'm just looking at a graph, mate.
Alright.
I couldn't care less. Yeah, over into sport, which is funny because there's got nothing going on. The greatest team in the UK apparently are close to having a takeover, finally. Newcastle United, greatest team in the UK, some say, are close to being taken over. Another takeover bid. A potential buyer. Google this woman, Amanda Staveley.
You want me to Google Amanda Staveley?
Yeah, I don't know who she is.
Right.
Apparently, Financier Staveley is leading a bid which involves Saudi Arabia's Sovereign Wealth Fund
Amanda
and the
Staveley.
Reuben brothers.
Amanda
Yeah.
Louise Staveley, a British businesswoman notable briefly for her connections with Middle Eastern investors.
There you
In
go.
2008, Staveley played a prominent role in investment of $7.3 billion in Barclays by the ruling families of Abu Dhabi and Qatar,
Yeah,
by the Qatari
they're all
Sovereign Wealth
Middle
Fund.
Eastern countries, aren't they?
So she's got
Yeah.
a bit of money in the pocket.
Yeah, well, I assume so because apparently the BBC are saying that the club's worth 300 million,
Oh yeah. So
which is
Newcastle United takeover deal worth 300 million close.
yeah. Finally, they're going to kick out owner Mike Ashley.
I don't know
Honestly,
anything about
he's a-
football. Might as well not be speaking English.
He's a knobhead. Trust me. Like, no, there was a story that they released about him because he wasn't refunding people's tickets that they'd bought like when the coronavirus the whole thing happened.
Mm.
He wasn't refunding people's tickets.
Christ.
He was criticised by fans after a number of supporters were charged for their next season ticket, despite the ongoing suspension of the Premier League. It's just stupid.
That's mental.
Fans were charged £620 on Wednesday, and it was they described the situation as incredibly disturbing. Come on, man! Like,
Imagine being that
and
much
then
of
you
a
compare
knobhead.
that exactly, and then you compare that to Brighton that have offered 100,000 free tickets to NHS staff. Like, we should all be Brighton. Like,
True.
everybody do what Brighton do. That's like, come on. There's no point being a knobhead and just stealing all the money for yourself. He owns Sports Direct as well, so he's not exactly
Poor.
like running short of money at all.
Speaking of not running out of money, have you seen that that picture that Sam Smith posted of him like sat in front of his like couple hundred or like his multi-million pound mansion, and he's like talking about like,
No.
it's, like how like mentally ill he is or something, or like how depressed he is. It's like, shut up! You've got like you're sat on the porch of your mansion crying about how difficult this quarantine's about to be. My man's
he
got
brings up
like 15 people working on his staff cleaning it.
Yeah, true. But like, it's a good point though how people will like lead to depression and suicidal thoughts.
Mm.
But like, I don't think the way to do it, because many people have depression over like financial well-being and financial stability
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So I don't think his post about mental health in front of a mansion is necessarily the way to do it. But
Yeah, when he's still
yeah,
got millions rolling
you
in.
got yeah, exactly. At least the ideas there better than others. Like
Yeah.
what of like celebrity donations to like how many have actually, because all the Premier League players, I know you don't know a lot about
No.
sport and stuff, but they earn stupid amounts of money,
Mm.
and I don't know if many have actually. All the clubs I think have donated,
Yeah.
apart from I don't know maybe Newcastle because their owners are knob, but but I don't think many actual players have donated,
Right.
considering they earn a lot, like a lot. Yeah, so it's saying that I'm trying. George and Amal Clooney have donated more than $1 million, so £803,000, which isn't bad.
Mm.
Like it's quite good to be honest. It's understood the NHS will get 242,000 apparently, and the relief effort in the Lombardy region of Italy. So they're splitting it between us and Italy apparently.
Yeah.
So that's good. But U2, the Irish rock band, donated €10 million, so £8.7 million, to buy personal protective equipment for frontline staff in Ireland.
But yeah.
Oh, that's nice. Because that's what Boris has been criticised for, didn't he? He
Mm.
didn't bring in protection equipment for the NHS soon enough.
Tell you what, it's really because
Yeah,
I'll bleep that in post so people don't know where we live. But this local surgery, Jesus Christ! I walked in to pick up my prescription, right, and they literally they've got like wooden beams and they've drilled that into the desks and then they've put up like a thin plastic sheet and then they've got a little like hole cut out at the bottom so that you can slide the prescriptions under. It's really like jankily put together and they're all like proper suited up. They've all got the masks on, they've got gloves
oh yeah,
on, and they're like they're like scrubbing after every single like touching anything. That you can tell
yeah,
how like scared they are. It's ridiculous, and they're definitely not getting as much support as they need from the government or otherwise.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
insane.
yeah. But like the government at the minute, like since what's his face, because he's actually taken charge.
Mm.
Who was promoted to deputy prime minister? Because what's his face,
Boris.
Bojo, was put into obviously ISO. Feel for the guy because he's doing the best he can.
In fairness, he was
But
doing all right with like the things he did put in place before he was like taken under.
yeah, like because I think the only thing he did wrong was not get the equipment for the NHS soon
Mm.
enough.
And
He's
keeping schools
done
open
a
for
lot,
too long.
but yeah, true. We say that, but like, yeah, at
Well,
least he closed them when he did because
yeah.
it could have got a lot worse.
But in fact, I think it was bad that he was talking too much about like the future of like schooling rather than the present of like what he could have done in the moment to sort that out because he was like
Yeah,
kind of pussyfooting around it because he didn't want to make an announcement as of yet because they hadn't figured all that out.
yeah,
So I
true.
think instead of bringing it up at all, they should have just not spoken about education for the minute and then left that, or spoken about it as a primary thing. But
Yeah, yeah. They could have brought it up and dealt with it and then got it out of the way because they did take a few days to talk about it and decide, didn't they?
yeah,
Which could have in the end like caused a problem. But yeah,
yeah,
apparently there are three top ministers after the prime minister. Traditionally, the chancellor, the foreign secretary, and the home secretary. So apparently they're being promoted and stuff into positions of power because Boris is in
yeah.
ISO. But obviously, I have no idea. I don't know who's the guy that's giving the speeches at the minute.
I have no idea. I mean, I don't know. As soon as they announced schools were closing, I was like, right, not touching the news anymore. I don't care.
It was the chancellor. I think his name Dominic Raab. I think. Let's see. Yeah, Dominic Raab. I think he's the Chancellor.
I've never heard of him.
I don't know. Don't take my word for it. Could be.
Hmm.
But yeah, he's obviously.
Tell you what, I
obviously
still
just-
remember when the first what's it called? The first like speech was announced, and everyone in my house was sat down in the living room and like huddled together like it was fucking World War II announcement. It was scary. It was scary.
What when they made the announcement
Yeah.
for the
We
closure
are
of
going
schools?
to war with Germany.
Oh yeah, like that. What's that? Neville Chamberlain. That was.
Mm.
Jeez, what a memory. But yeah, no, I was sat in my RE classroom because I was at a revision conference.
Right.
And
Was that when
Yeah,
that weird
we were
bloke came in and with like the helmets and everything and like dressing people up as like soldiers, and then the fire bell went off, and then everyone had to stand outside dressed up as soldiers?
no, I don't think so.
Oh, was that something else?
No, yeah, I think that was the history day.
Oh, that was.
But like, because this, yeah, I was there and with doing lessons with like two of the deputy heads, and then it happened, and we were like, oh, all right then. And I went and told the other deputy head that had a few kids that she was teaching with her, and I told them, and like two of the girls just started crying because they said like, I don't get that though. I was over the moon. I was laughing, happy, smiling.
What about
'cause,
what?
you know,
About
obviously, closure of schools and
right.
like they cancelled GCSEs, didn't they? So like, I was over the moon, just celebrating everything, and then they were crying because like apparently they'd worked for so long and
But it's like
they.
it's not like none of the
nothing to
work that they've done
towards.
beforehand isn't going towards their GCSE. That's the entire like way they're grading it. There's no point
Exactly.
complaining about that, really. I don't understand
Exactly,
that.
like and the maths and everything and English language especially will still help. Like it's the building blocks for later life, isn't it?
Yeah,
So it's not
exactly.
like they're gonna cry over something bad that is like they've lost 5 years of their life and all that. But no, because it's still working towards one thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like towards you making a lot of money in your later life. But yeah,
And possibly having your grades boosted because no one really knows, like, because this has never happened before in history.
yeah, exactly.
No one knows what's going to happen. So
People's yeah. You
fingers
got
crossed
people,
we don't get
'cause-
absolutely ruined by it.
Yeah, because there are people saying that, like, obviously they're not happy with it because they feel like they would have performed better in a like an exam situation rather than them taking all the work they've done during the years in the school. But I think it's like for me personally, it's beneficial because I hadn't started any work really.
I feel like there were so many
God.
people that hadn't even began like loads of
Yeah.
people, because loads of people I know like hadn't even started revising for like the mocks.
Yeah,
It's ridiculous.
but you see, yeah. Back to the lager lurgy, as we're
Right.
gonna name it. But like, you seen this guy, Captain Tom Moore. He's 99 and he's an army veteran, and he aimed to raise like £1,000. His original target was £1,000, and he vowed to keep going even if he smashed his goal because he was raising money for the NHS.
Right.
And he aimed to complete 100 laps of his garden in Bedfordshire by walking with the aid of a frame. And do you want to have a guess at how much money he's made?
100,000.
3 million.
Jesus Christ!
He's raised £3 million
What a guy!
by walking around his garden for the NHS. What a legend.
What an absolute lad!
He hoped to walk 100 laps of the 82 feet, 25 meter loop in his garden, and 10 lap chunks before his 100th birthday at the end of the month. That's insane.
What a guy!
He served in India and Burma during World War II.
Ooh.
He's like, you'd put him down as a hero, really, wouldn't you? Like, he survived all that, fought for the country, fought for what we have today, and he's still raising money for everybody.
What a lad!
What a guy. Yeah, almost unbelievable. Let's see. If only people that are going out and having picnics with massive families in the middle of gardens could take a note of that.
I know.
Like, what a guy. And we're out there complaining that we haven't seen our mates in a while, and he's
actually changing the
fought
world.
on all continents, and he's actually raising money and helping people. What a guy. That's the message we need to take away with us today.
Good point. And I think that's a nice topic to end this first episode with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening.
Yeah. And hope you enjoyed. Like this and subscribe, and tune in next time. Ta-da.